This is WPBF News 25 at 6, where you come first.
John McCain, Hillary Clinton, Daniel Imperato. Who is this guy? Why is he running for president? We'll meet him next. John McCain, Hillary Clinton, just two of the names mentioned as possible presidential candidates for 2008. But today, a West Palm Beach man announced he's definitely running for the White House.
I am the people's president, and I will be your president.
If you like a candidate a few words, Daniel Imperato could be your man. The opening remarks of his independent presidential campaign hardly lasted a minute. I had a chance, though, to talk with him before the kickoff and asked him if he legitimately thinks he can win, let alone make a difference.
It is a democracy in a free world, and I believe that I have the right to run for president of the United States, and I believe that I have a chance to win based upon my morals, principles, and values.
Imperato runs the Imperiale organization. According to his website, it's a conglomerate of telecom businesses, a graphic and web design shop, even a Palm Beach County-based pro basketball team in the American Basketball Association. Imperato told me he was worth more than $1 billion on paper before the telecom crash. But when I asked to talk with someone who had done business with him on a global scale, he said he couldn't give me a name right then because most of his deals were done with confidentiality agreements. I then asked him about specific domestic policy plans. Again, he played it close to the vest.
I have plans, but I'm going to reserve the right to be able to withhold those plans because I believe that my competitors might take my wisdom and utilize it for their own platform.
But he did talk about Iraq and how the U.S. should cut a deal with Saddam Hussein.
I don't think he deserves to be killed, and I think that we should use him and ask him to set free his people and to support the United States on its mission and to go back to the people in Iraq and to ask the people to please set down their fire, set down their guns, and make peace.
Despite long odds, Imperato claims he's the man who can revive America. Imperato says one reason he's running is because he wants to restore America's tarnished image in the eyes of the world. As for a political role model, Imperato cites Ross Perot. He feels that in this era of partisan politics, there's room for an independent candidate.
News 12 at 6 starts right now.
Maybe a little early, but this local man has high hopes of being your next president. Hear who he looks up to for inspiration. A West Palm Beach businessman hopes to be your next president. Today, Daniel Imperato announced his plans to run as an independent candidate for president in the U.S. in 2008. He says the connections he has made through his job as an international businessman will help make strong relationships with other countries. Imperato looks back to probably the most famous independent candidate, Ross Perot, for inspiration and also for his endorsement.
I hope that I'm able to fill his shoes and take his campaign to the next level. I think Ross had a chance to win presidential candidacy in this country as an independent, and I think that I can do the job as well as he did.
And Imperato wants to push for change to make it easier for independents to get on ballots in the U.S. He has picked Webster Brooks of Connecticut to run as his vice president.
News 1 hour earlier. Fox 29 10 o'clock news starts right now.
And a man from our area says he wants to be your next president. Who he is and what he stands for, straight ahead on your 10 o'clock news.
A West Palm Beach businessman hopes to be your next president. Today, Daniel Imperato announced his plan to run as an independent candidate for president of the United States in 2008. He says the connections he's made through his job as an international businessman will help him to forge strong relationships with other countries. Imperato looks back on the most famous independent candidate, Ross Perot, for inspiration and hopes he endorses his bid for the top office.
I hope that I'm able to fill his shoes and take his campaign to the next level. I think Ross had a chance to win presidential candidacy in this country as an independent, and I think that I can do the job as well as he did.
Imperato wants to push for change to make it easier for independents to get on ballots in the United States. He's picked Webster Brooks of Connecticut to run as his vice president.
For one-rated television station in Florida, this is The Night Beat on News Channel 5.
A South Florida businessman is throwing his hat into the presidential race. Daniel Imperato announced his intention to run as an independent candidate and says he will appeal to Americans who are fed up with the current system and the political parties and who would like a fresh approach to America's problems.
The issues that are on the table, immigrations, health care, Social Security, debt, manufacturing, jobs, they've just been set aside. No one's really done anything about this for many, many, many years. And I believe that we're to our limit.
Imperato says he is focused on bringing dignity, credibility, and respect back to the White House.